This is Dr. Pepper Friday Night Rivals.
Region 1 5A battle here tonight in one of the new jewels for the Mobile County Public Schools system, Wolfpack Stadium on the campus of Vigor High School. The Vigor Wolves unbeaten on the year, playing host to the UMS-Wright Bulldogs. Good evening. I'm Jim Cox, my partner Dan Brennan here tonight. And boy, Dan, you look at this matchup. Vigor's gotten off to a great start. UMS, we saw them in the first week. They're 2-2. UMS has probably played a tougher schedule. They've been playing good defense, and they're going to need to do it tonight because they got to slow down this offensive attack from Vigor.
Got some really great speed on the Vigor side of things. Not a big shocker, right? Jeff Holston is the strong safety. Big, good-looking athlete for UMS-Wright. In fact, such a good athlete. Maybe we're going to see him some on offense. Could be. Holston is going to have to kind of bottle up that back end and make sure that nothing breaks big for the Vigor Wolves. Now, on the Vigor side of things, you got a guy whose job, probably in his mind, is to break off those big runs, and it's Carlos Benjamin. He is kind of playing after an injury to the lead guy, but Benjamin now has turned into the lead guy. He's got well over 500 yards in this short season. He's taken 199 yards on the season so far. Great speed, great vision. Carlos Benjamin is going to be a big part of this offense tonight for the Vigor Wolves.
He was part of the 4x100 state relay championship here at Vigor. And so you would think, here's a guy who's probably going to be bouncing it out the outside. He's a fast guy, vision. Keeps it between the tackles.
Yep, and he's got some tackles they can block, too.
No kidding.
So this is a team, big, powerful, speedy. UMS-Wright is going to have to hang on, maybe get some breaks in special teams. Otherwise, Vigor's got a decided advantage.
All right, it's a 9-team region. Only 4 going to go to the playoffs. Somebody's going to get left out, and we're going to find out maybe that might get a little clearer after this matchup tonight here in Mobile. It sounds like we're at Wolfpack Stadium, Dan Brennan.
It does.
We are at Wolfpack Stadium here on the campus of Vigor High School, and super excited to be in this new facility, and it is spectacular, to say the least. What a great place.
What a great vantage point. Great view of the game, and I think we're going to have a very competitive game. Two teams that bring almost contrast from one another.
Sierra Mobile County Sheriff's Office coin toss. Here, UMS won the toss, and they will defer. And so we will see this UMS defense out here. Rosie Patterson out there.
One of the stars from the past. They're honoring their state champions and runners-up.
There's Terry Curtis, all-time winningest coach in the history of Alabama high school football.
Isn't that something?
Look at what he's done at UMS, 84% of the winning percentage there. Of course, 8 state championships. And just amazing longevity as a coach, and what he's done. Came over from Murphy, won the 1 state championship at Murphy, then came here 25th season at UMS, and he just doesn't get rattled. Knows long time, knows, and knows hey, we gotta be playing our best football, get into the playoffs. That's what we want to do. You go the other side, you got Marcus Cook. Remember who did a Vigor game last year, and he was the interim coach, got named before the season as the head coach, and he's 28 years old, and I remember we were talking to me on the field, and we said, I said, you're young. He's like, I don't have time to be nervous. I got too much to do. And not the moment, not too big for him then, nor now.
No, super impressive, super organized. He's going to be quite a coach, just from his demeanor and his organizational skills alone. Jim, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, my goodness. We just so enjoy working with him. His kids love him. He really likes this group of kids. They're unbeaten, 4-0 on the year, 3-0 in the region. Kingston fan bangs this one down to about the 12, out to the 20, and Kevin Malone locked down corner. Also second place in the 5A 100-meter dash.
Yeah, we got to get to that.
He lost to his quarterback. Who is the state champion. And so right there, Jerry and Graham off to a good start this year. 69% of his passes he's completing.
Doesn't throw a whole lot way downfield.
Nope.
You'll see the little swing passes, as they say, just an extension of the running game.
And we'll also see some Kelvin Brisker in at quarterback. Benjamin, who Dan talked to, speed and out from the tackles and across the 40, 50. He took 199 already this season, and he's got an 80-yarder to go with that one. One play, one score for Vigor.
Well, I looked at the stats, Jim, and they were impressive. And then I just took a look at the game that they played earlier this season against Williamson. And I was like, oh, this guy, he's going to be a star.
Starts to the left, had just a little bit of a hole there, and then once he gets to the outside, I don't think it matters who Vigor's playing. You're not going to catch him.
No, he's got great vision, too. He understands how to navigate those 80 yards.
He was part of that 4x100 state championship relay team at A&M Calvert. Touchdown, A&M Calvert, innovations in steel, strengthened by people, now hiring at amscalvertjobs.com.
You know, they're thinking, how long can UMS keep them off the board? Well, that wasn't long enough, was it?
And the PAT is blocked. So, one play, 80 yards. Carlos Benjamin, who is averaging 10 yards a carry. Well, that's going to go up when you put an 80 on top of it. He's now at 651 yards on the year. Got a good block up there, and then just turn the corner. And
yeah, you got some kids just taking the wrong angle, Jim. This kid is a state champion sprinter.
And just like that, he's got his 9th touchdown of the year here in week 5. We talked about it in the opening when you were highlighting him, and you see someone with that much speed, you think, all right, he's a little scat back, he's going to get to the outside, whatever. Now he's in between the tackles, and Coach Cook talked about his vision, and you saw it. You saw it right there.
You saw it all there, and that offensive line is no joke either, including Micah DeBose. He's just a junior. He's committed to the University of Georgia.
2-time national champ, Georgia. Any pressure coming from this? It's not like any school in the state struggling on the offensive line right now that might try to put the pressure on that young man to change his commitment. Kirby better lock him down.
Right, you better hang on for sure.
He's only a junior.
Marcus Cook had wonderful things to say about him too.
How about he started on the state championship team they won a couple of years ago. He was 14 years old starting at left tackle.
Yep.
Then they won state. Kick bounces out of bounds at the 32. So kind of a little special teams wobbliness, the only thing you can maybe nitpick here in the first 26 seconds against these Vigor Wolves. As that one rolls out of bounds, and you look at Joe Lott. Wow, this young man is, he's playing quarterback for this. He's not a quarterback by nature. He's just the best athlete on the UMS team, and they kind of got to put him there. Last year they used him a lot of different places. As a wide out, we'll put him in the backfield, we'll put him at quarterback some.
And he was a great safety as well.
Oh, my goodness.
That's probably where he's going to play in college, would be on the defensive side of the ball.
So they decline the penalty, they accept the penalty and move them back. Now the kickoff will come from the 35.
It's funny when we talked to Marcus Cook, tell us about UMS-Wright, and he said,
Joe Lott. 3 times. And they said, yeah.
Next question.
We saw that. So Graham, the quarterback, straight ahead kicker. Again, sends this one down, but now I think Vigor was going to be offside. So UMS should be able to get some really good field position out of this opening drive.
Yeah, at this point, you're right.
Kevin Anders, our referee.
Encroachment on the kicking team. Penalty will be 5 yards. Replay the kick.
So you talked about, you said UMS is going to have to maybe get some plays off special teams.
Yeah.
They got the one, a block PAT that just didn't get above.
That was almost too easy.
Like a 2-iron off the ground, and now a kick out of bounds and an offside before they get the kickoff. So again, UMS should have good field position, you would think, coming.
Here's the thing. The Vigor defense, that might be the better part of their team.
Camden Taylor is to the near side. In the middle is Jake Jay. And Jay, back in the lineup last week, takes it at the 23, straight ahead up the middle, and piles out across the 42-yard line. And UMS is going to need a big night out of him offensively in that backfield.
Yeah, they lost their running back that we saw in the St. Paul's game.
Bo Wills,
he's gone for the year.
And so you get Jake Jay. He came back in last week, carried it 11 times for 49 yards. He's fast and also big. You saw 6'2", almost 190 pounds. And Jay in the backfield.
Look at Vigor press man on the corners. No regard for UMS-Wright speed.
Joe Lott will keep it. Now Joe Lott's got it across the 50, and Joe Lott's going to try to answer Benjamin back, and he will. Joe Lott with the touchdown. He goes 57 yards. And we got a shootout 48 seconds into this game, Dan Brennan.
UMS-Wright averaging 9 points a game. Vigor offense.
2/3 of the way there now.
Vigor offense has not been spectacular statistically this year. And what do you know? First two plays from scrimmage are long touchdowns. We saw Joe Lott outrun St. Paul's.
And UMS trying to go for 2. And they get denied, so we'll stay knotted at 6. 57 yards for the 4th rushing touchdown of the year.
You outrun the Vigor defense, you've done something.
So we've had big plays to start here. Fireworks early on, Joe Lott and Carlos Benjamin, and we're tied at 6. Joe Lott, you're talking about the blocking up front. Once he got 5 yards down there was nobody around him.
No. They cleared it out beautifully. Really good blocking in the middle of that line. He was untouched. And then you're right, but not just untouched. No one came close. And speed like his.
All kinds of offers again, like Dan said, he's probably going to play at safety on the next level. And
big kid can really, he's got that frame where he can put on more.
yeah, 6'3", about 190 right now. A lot of speed, as we just saw. Fan sends this one back to the 10, and Malone gets taken down at the 24-yard line.
Did you get some of the all-time great Vigor players and teams back here tonight? They were just introduced to Joe Lott, too. They probably knew about Benjamin.
Vigor's starting lineup brought to you by Greer's. Graham and Benjamin, we've talked about them already. Lalana, the receiver, and Garrett Holcomb, also part of that relay team that won state. DeBose, solid commitment to Georgia, says Dan Brennan. Barnes, Tucker, Jackson, Brown, Chambers, and Chris Perry out here for the Wolves, who have had it just for one play when Benjamin took it 80 yards. And now they'll come around the near side and give that one off to Holcomb, and Holcomb pushed out of bounds. So Holcomb just a sophomore. As we look at this UMS starting lineup brought to you by Greer's, McGinley, Lambert, and Stewart, Mosteller, Reed, and Phillips did a good job at linebackers there. William Tanner, Jeffrey, and Scott on the perimeter there, and Holston going to move over, and we might see him tonight on offense, but he's been kind of the guy making all the stops on defense.
You got to keep everything in front of you. You're not going to chase Vigor down.
Benjamin up the middle, a little jump there as he got away from William Tanner. And
see his vision and his agility, and then you add the speed once he gets in the right here, makes a man miss, makes another man, just breaks his ankles. He's got a lot.
Good for a Roof Doctor's first down up to the 34-yard line. Benjamin again, hole on the left side, and Benjamin, ankle tackle there, but he's still going to pick up 10 and move the sticks again for the Vigor Wolves for another Roof Doctor's first down.
We're seeing these players like for the first time, and they're astounding me. The quarterback at Daphne, the team at Saraland.
Look at the hole on the left side there.
Well, left side, Micah.
Well behind DeBose.
Yep.
You got a 4x100 state relay winning team on offense in DuBose. I said to Coach Cook, that makes for good coaching, doesn't it? He's like, heck yeah, it does.
Yes, it does.
Now this time it'll be Graham who takes it, the 100-meter dash champion in 5A on the track side. And he's into UMS territory, and another first down up to the 42-yard line. Graham, see the size, 6'2", 190 with those kind of wheels.
Incredible. They've just got a bunch of really good athletes, and now they've got a coach that I think is really organizing things, getting it all together. They got a big champion tonight. We also want to talk about the coach who has been here for a long time and sadly passed away.
And Jerry and Graham really becoming a student of the game. Coach Cook was saying, really, since last season ended, been studying and wanting to get better as a quarterback. Zips this one out, able to get that one complete to Holcomb, and Holcomb be close to another first down to the 33-yard line. Yeah, Dan Brennan mentioned Brian Williams, B-Dub as they called him here, long time, over 20 years coach here at Vigor, and suddenly passed away, and the kids went to the service today. So
today,
yeah, they've got a lot of emotion that they're carrying tonight into the game. Now Jamez Montgomery splits out to the top of the screen. Inside Benjamin on 2nd and 1. We'll get another Roof Doctors first down to the 29-yard line. Luke Phillips, the junior, there to make the stop for UMS.
I met Jamez Montgomery in 2008. So how old? Came up to my maybe 4?
15 years ago.
Yeah, 4 or 3.
Yeah.
Great, always been a great kid.
He was happy to see you on the field before the game.
Yeah, I was likewise.
Oh. 1st and 10 here for the Wolves. And pre-snap, spent some movement on the right side of the line.
For the snap, encroachment on the defense.
Right, left side of the UMS line. UMS jumping a 1st and 5.
When you look at this region, how about Marcus Cook's words about Citronelle? He said they had to come back to beat that team. He said they were legit.
Yeah, best team they'd seen so far. It looked like Brandon Dean from UMS was singing the praises of Citronelle as well. As this time, nothing new one on the left side. UMS a good job to bottle that one up. There you get a good look at Graham. He's going to South Alabama.
Football or track?
Or both. Yeah. Nothing doing here as Malone, again, he's really their shutdown corner. And
I like the way Kane Womack recruits locally.
Ah, boy, just
and then they go out and beat Oklahoma's Big 12 team by 30.
Yeah, didn't just go out there and win on a late field goal.
No,
dominated that game.
They did.
2nd and 4. Holcomb makes a move and good open field tackle, but he's going to be good for the UMS. Going to be good for the first down as he's down to about the UMS 23 and into the Dr. Pepper maroon zone. This is what if you're UMS, this is what you're trying to do. You see Joe Lott, number 1, already up there at safety, coming in to make the tackle. Joe and his brother,
well,
David Lott, playing back there.
Got to play double duty tonight, huh? Much of the night.
Get a timeout. Yeah, the referee's got to. So we'll take a break while they tend to Kevin Anders there early on here in Vigor. We just had Kevin Anders get his tag team partner. I think that's more than a cramp.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because Stacy Harrison, the trainer there from UMS, overlooked it. It's not like they were down trying to stretch him or anything like that. So he traded out his microphone and his hat. Hopefully the microphone too. So we saw the official lineup there, and then one of the other gentlemen now going to become our referee. We will figure out who that new one is, and we hope Kevin Anders is all right there.
I didn't see it. I didn't see when he got hit. Probably got rolled up on.
Maybe, or usually the referee's not in the middle of the. They're usually behind the line of scrimmage, but hopefully it's nothing too. I mean, these guys, good grief, out here doing it for the love of the game. It's at this level. They're not. It's not a financial thing. They're doing it because they love being around football. So hopefully Kevin Anders is able to get through that.
He gave his mic off so we don't hear him eating a sandwich later tonight.
Graham near side, able to get that one off, and it's going to be a short gain as they go to Dylan Jackson, the sophomore, his 11th catch of the season. UMS did a good job to sniff that one up. That's kind of the passing attack you see a lot from Vigor this year, just kind of quick stuff.
It's smart.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got great playmakers. Just get them the ball and a little bit of space, get a block, and see what happens.
So if you're just joining us, first play from scrimmage, Carlos Benjamin goes 80 yards for Vigor. UMS gets it at the 43. Their first play, Joe Lott goes 57 yards. That's where we're at. And now Vigor on the drive on their second possession. Benjamin. We're almost down to about the 10. Going to bring up 3rd and short. And if you're UMS, is this what you're hoping to do defensively? Not see them march on the field, but no big plays. Just make them have it be a long play and don't give up any of those chunk plays.
But you also got to know that they're not operating with a great special teams. This is 4-down territory, and they're already 3rd and short, about 2. So this is 2-down territory right here.
KJ May, the offensive coordinator here for this Vigor Wolves team. Did his games when he was at Murphy, went on to Minnesota, played some in the NFL as well. Benjamin, what a cut there, and he's got the 1st down, and he's to the 3. What a move.
How do you like my man?
To get the Roof Doctor's 1st down.
I watched that film today when they played Williamson, and it was like he just jumped off the screen like, man, this guy has got, and he's big.
Yeah, William Tanner.
190 pounds.
Didn't have much of a chance there. Now 1st and goal from the 3. Graham on the keeper. Look into the corner, and he lunges in, and he's got the Vigor touchdown. M&S Calvert touchdown for the Vigor Wolves as they march that one 76 yards down the field to get the score. M&S Calvert Innovations in Steel, strengthened by people, now hiring at MNSCalvertJobs.com. And Graham he's so big.
Yeah.
And you got to respect his speed as well.
Got the speed, got the size, got the smarts. He plays quarterback very, he plays it smartly. He's not trying to overdo it. He understands what the concept is and, what plays need to be run.
Now see if they can. They're going to go for 2 here. Try to get that missed PAT back. Benjamin, and he's going to be stopped short. Good job by Luke Lambert there. Read that one the whole way and stopped Benjamin before he can get in. So it's 12-6. And Mary G just continues to roll in 7A. Big first half last night to take control of that game. St. Michael, no problem against Satsuma last night. And
speaking about a quarterback we haven't seen yet.
Gunner, gotta see Gunner Rivers Williamson. Starting a freshman at quarterback, 8th grade running back, struggling on offense but playing great defense. But lose a tough region game last night, 13-2. Big 7A matchup in West Mobile tonight. Baker and Daphne, Davidson and Fairhope, Baldwin County and Blunt and Murphy and McGill tonight. Cannon's gonna get painted some color,
one way or the other,
this evening. Also, 6A matchup tonight. South Mobile County, Spanish Fort and Theodore. Faith Academy with a tough one going up to Citronelle, Gulf Shores and LaFleur. A couple of unbeatens tonight. Bayside Academy and Jackson going at it. And Escambia County and Wilcox, Orange Beach and TR Miller, and Cottage Hill Christian and Thomasville. And now Graham, good kick this time. Jake J takes it at about the 10, and Jake J up to the 30. Much better kick from Graham on that one.
He'll be the other threat, speed-wise, on this UMS-Wright offense. Of course, we already know about Joe Lott. He peeled one off, 57 yards or something. Only one offensive play so far for UMS-Wright.
Yeah.
But that's all they needed.
So now the Bulldogs will come out here. Dan talked about it. Maybe you'll see Jeff Holston come over from the offensive side, or for the defensive side. James Holland, we'll see him a little more at fullback tonight. He'll come in motion. Lott fakes to him, and he'll keep it. And Joe Lott, it's maybe one. There wasn't much on the left side before he was wrapped up. Devin Widsett, the sophomore defensive end.
They've got players all over the place.
I was going to say, the speed is not just limited to the offensive side of the ball.
No, this defense has got a lot of really good players. The Lang twins, Jake and Jai. And, of course, keep an eye on Brandon Purifoy.
Number 3, he
is an incredible football player.
4-year starter, two-time All-State player, and he's 5'10", 175. Otherwise, he'd probably be playing in the SEC. Ooh, that one's slow to get out there to Jay, and good job reading that one the whole way. Is
There he is.
Quickly out there, Purifoy. So Purifoy, 15 tackles last week. Coming in tonight, he's got 52 tackles, now 9 for losses, 2 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries, 3 interceptions, and 2 defensive touchdowns. And we're in week 5.
And he just beat the block right there. It was competitive. It wasn't just knowing what was coming.
It's going to Mississippi Valley State. He's got offers from Alabama State and Alabama A&M and Florida A&M and Tennessee State.
Sure
UMS offense, we hadn't even had a chance to get to it from Greer's. Joe Lott and Taylor. We'll see Holland back in there. Jake J there. Also see Otts, and then also keep your eye on Sam Williams as this one up to the 40. Going to be good for the first down. Going to pick up 15. Roof Doctor's first down is Camden Taylor with his 7th catch of the year. Sam Williams, I was talking about, the sophomore right tackle, making his first start for the Bulldogs. Little play fake here. Nice ball from Joe Lott and dropped it right over Purifoy.
Right at the first down.
Yep. Picks up 15 to put it at the 40, and Lott still looking for his first touchdown pass of the year. Vigor's defense, Lofton and Winsett, Jackson and Lang in the middle, Purifoy, Gales, and the other Lang brother there. And then keep your eye also, Brandon Coates. He had 2 picks last week. Malone, the shutdown corners, got offers from Troy, UAB, North Alabama, Alabama State. Gain of maybe 1 for the Bulldogs here as Joe Lott tried to cut it back. Gales, freshman, one of the first ones in there.
Oh, Manuel Gales kicked the door in and then got to Lott. He's a freshman?
Caused a fumble last week in that win over Williamson.
5'11", 185 freshman. Don't know what he's going to grow into. Let me guess. A very good football player.
2nd and 9. Now for the Bulldogs. They'll give it to Holland. Holland falls ahead, but they had him down low around the ankles. There's that scoring drive. 12 plays, 76 yards, 521. That coming after the 1 play. Ooh, we got a UMS Bulldog. That's Liston Peterson, one of their 2-year starters up there, down. On the field. We'll take a break here late in the first at Vigor. So Harrigan Weston will come in and replace Peterson on 3rd and 7. Lott steps up, fires over the middle of the field. He's got it complete up to the 40 and another UMS first down. And he's got Camden Taylor for his 2nd catch of the night as he picks up 20 and a rocket from Lott on that one.
Yeah, really great throw by Joe Lott. He's had 2 on this drive and
just got it over Jai Lang. Yep, it's outstretched fingertips and up to the 40 come the Bulldogs on a 3rd and 7 conversion.
they're going to have to throw it too, Jim. There's just no way around it. Joe Lott, big run, and maybe big throws like that.
A little confidence on the offensive side of the ball.
You see it in Joe Lott.
Lott on the keeper, and that's shut down quickly. There's Purifoy there.
What a player. What a player.
Been starting since he's a freshman. He's part of that state championship team a few years back here for Vigor. And yeah, if he's 3 inches taller and 15 pounds more, he's picking where he wants to go. With those credentials, he's picking where he wants to go play.
Yeah, I mean, just watch him.
Yeah.
Watch him play.
As we said, committed to Mississippi Valley State, but offers from Alabama State, Florida A&M, Tennessee State.
Somebody's going to get
Alabama State, no question. And boy, his coach loves him.
He should.
No gain on first down, and I think maybe you must get a timeout before that one. Nope. Delay a game.
Wow.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 15 here for UMS. UMS 2-2 coming in. We said 1-1 in the region. Their opponent's record 24-17. So they've they got the big win up at TR Miller. They lost to Gulf Shores last week. They're off next week. Both these teams do not play next week. UMS won the region last year. And after the penalty, Lott fakes to Holland. Lott with some time over the middle, throws it in traffic, but he's able to get it complete again up to the 31-yard line. He's got his tight end, Ty Yance, another Roof Doctors first down.
Putting in some tight windows.
Actually going to give him just 14, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 1 after the penalty. So, yeah, he was right in between 3 green jerseys there. And this Vigor defense has taken it away 9 times in the first 4 weeks. 6 interceptions and 3 fumbles. And now 3rd and short for the Bulldogs at the 31. We'll see if they snap it.
I think you keep it in Joe Lott's hands, don't you?
I think you just let the quarter run out here, and that's what we'll do. So it started off with back-to-back touchdowns. First play from scrimmage, Vigor. Carlos Benjamin took it 80 on the first play for the Wolves. And then UMS got it. Joe Lott went 57. And then a long drive by Vigor. Capped it in with a Graham touchdown. It's 12-6 through 1 here on Friday Night Rivals.
We've teamed up with Dr. Pepper and Coca-Cola Bottling Company United to bring you the ultimate high school football experience. Stay tuned for a Dr. Pepper's one-of-a-kind player of the game and winner's belt presentation at the very end of the show tonight.
That belt is becoming a very prized commodity here on the Gulf Coast. Is. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan through 1 here on the campus of Vigor High School, UMS. And Vigor, and now we'll see on 3rd and 1, they go with Joe Lott under center. Lott now looking to throw. Drops way back, looking for the corner, fires, he wants Yance, and it's incomplete. And I think you throw that pass when you know you're going for it on 4th down and 1.
Yep, good point.
I think Joe Lott maybe wanted Yance to keep going more on his route.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think so. And they came out in power and did exactly what they were hoping that Vigor would not recognize, which is go on kind of a corner pattern, but well defended.
This is 4th and 1 now from the 31, and UMS will go for it here. Jake J in the backfield. They bring Howland into block and motion to the near side, and now Lott will keep it, and he lunges forward. Going to depend on the spot. I think he's going to have it. He's going to have it not by
much, because he was hit behind the line of scrimmage.
But he lunged forward, and looks like Joe Lott may be favoring his back a little bit as he got up there as well. He's going to bring the sticks out. It's going to say it is 1st down. That signal comes from Anthony Garrett, who is now the referee tonight. I just checked on Kevin Anders. He made it up to the press box. Says he's going to be fine. He said, I just popped a tendon in my calf. I'll be fine. I'm like, well, it sounds a little more than a just situation. Let's watch here. I think the spot was actually pretty good. There's a little delay there, and Lott goes down.
It was close.
Boy.
It was close.
Yeah. They have it marked just shy of the 30, which looked like the line to gain.
About where it was, yeah.
But it is Roof Doctors' first down, and UMS keeps this drive alive. And whistle for the snap. UMS takes a timeout. Snap was just a little high, but able to convert the first down. Timeout here early in the second. Vigor and UMS in a 5A Region 1 battle. Head coach Terry Curtis and the UMS-Wright Bulldogs. First time playing in this stadium here on the campus of Vigor High School, Wolfpack Stadium.
How about the 2 stars of the game so far are just that. Carlos Benjamin, 6 rushes, 112 yards. Joe Lott, 4 rushes, and he's got 60 yards, and each with a touchdown.
Joe Lott, 15-yard average tonight. And then Benjamin increasing his 10-yard average coming into the season already in the first half. 1st and 10 Jay on the left side. He got a nice hole, and he'll get down to the 24, and then I'll move into the Dr. Pepper maroon zone.
Yeah, they like him. Kid's got good speed, good size. He's a good player, and they opened a nice hole on that left side. Like you say, this is a little combo blocking.
Yeah, went behind Jack Otts there. And
yep. They did their job. Picked up 6 maybe.
Hayden Breel out there helping as well. And Liston Peterson is back in there for the Bulldogs. Now left guard. Ott rolls out to his left, looks, fires, looking for the end zone. Contact back there. Malone knocked down Taylor, and he's going to get the pass interference penalty.
And Malone's a good cornerback, but
big collision.
He lost sight of the ball. But Taylor's been productive tonight.
Yeah, 2 catches already on the evening, and they're looking for him there. They'll get the 15-yard penalty. There's Marcus Cook. We talked about the second-year coach here at Vigor. It's a lot looking here, and yep, just would have been a tough catch at the back of the end zone.
Oh yeah.
Talking about Marcus Cook, he's a Vigor guy, played on that 2011 team. Here, then came back to the staff in 2017.
Young man that doesn't act anything like his age, does he?
No. We saw Michael Dubose there. Looked like he wanted to come in on the defensive line from that Vigor sideline. All right. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, and piling ahead now James Holland, and he'll get it down to about the 7. Seeing Holland a little more. He's a bigger back for this UMS team at 6'2", 186 pounds.
Again, credit the line.
It looks a little more like the UMS offense we've seen over the years. More kind of what UMS does on offense, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. And, you know, you had Joe Lott at quarterback, and now it's like, what do you do with him? He looks so much more comfortable than he did against in the opener against St. Paul's, right?
Jake J back there with Lott on 2nd and 5. Lott reverses course, and then we talked about Michael Dubose coming in, and he came from his offensive position to put a very hard tackle down on Joe Lott there. So they bring Dubose over from his 5-star left tackle position. Watch the end. Watch the violent finish here. Those two know each other. They've been on some recruiting trips together.
It looks like they don't get along.
And a big loss there on 2nd and 5. Pushed it all the way back. It's going to bring up 3rd and almost 10.
Boy, that tells you a lot about Dubose, doesn't it? I want to be in there.
You could see him
in there.
He was on the sidelines. Our camera caught him trying to get in there. Now
he busts through a double team. Makes a big play.
Look in the right side. Fires, and it's incomplete. Trying to go this time to Denton Elliott, who's the leading receiver coming into the season here. And now 4th down and 9. We'll call it 4th and 8. We'll see if Terry Curtis sends in the field goal team here.
UMS hanging around. You say, well, the UMS, they should be hanging around. Well,
this will be a 32-yard attempt. Kingston fan 1 for 1, perfect on the year. UMS will try to cut the lead here to 3. And Fan drills that one, and he's good. So we've yet to see a punt here in this one so far. UMS cuts it to 3.5 into the 2nd. Kingston Fan with the 32-yard field goal for UMS, cut it 12-9. And now the Vigor Wolves will get it back. We talk about this 4x100 track state championship team Vigor has, and 3 of them are back deep on the kickoff return.
That's amazing.
And Fan will kick off. Good look at this new stadium high above. So,
They won that last spring, meaning some of them, including Benjamin, was just a sophomore.
right. And, you think they're odds-on favorite to win it again this year? And this one, now this will go out of bounds, and this will be interesting to see what Marcus Cook does. Does he want it to 35, or does he say make him kick it again?
I say kick it again.
Yeah, well, you got those speedsters back there?
Yeah, they've got everything but their starting blocks back there.
And what do we know?
He's going to take the ball.
Let's go home. Take it all the way down the field, baby. Let's go. Right here.
Coach Cook, good dude.
So he is.
Takes care of us, doesn't he?
He's just been a pleasure. Met him last year, and there's his OC next to him, KJ May.
Yeah, you remember what that kid did
At Murphy?
The quarterback at Murphy. They designed that offense all around him. He was spectacular. Played at the University of Minnesota, got his degrees back here as a teacher and a coach.
Yeah, since the time the NFL's with the Titans, maybe Tampa a bit as well. Graham off to Benjamin. This time UMS shuts him down after a yard. William Tanner Jr. in there to make the stop for the Bulldogs.
Seen some better things out of the line of scrimmage for UMS-Wright.
You know, I think you talk to UMS-Wright coaches. That the strength of their team so far this year has been their defensive line. It's just kind of been where they've been playing their best football, and hold Benjamin to 2 there on first down. Holcomb to the bottom of the screen. Instead, Graham goes up the other way to the sophomore Jackson and Dylan Jackson. Oh yeah, they got speed coming off the bench too. Jackson with his second catch of the night, 12th on the season, and picks up a handful, bring up 3rd and about 3 here for the Vigor Wolves.
So he was hanging around the relay team up to the state championships in case anybody got a runny nose.
Call it 3rd and 2 officially here for Vigor. Vigor unbeaten on the season. Oh, Graham lost the football. Turns it over. We got our first turnover of the night. Just dropped it and recovered by Kaplan Reed for the Bulldogs. The sophomore with his second fumble recovery on the year. Graham was just trying to pull it down.
Yep. Off the hip, I believe, of Benjamin.
And the co-leading tackler for the Bulldogs on this one, coming into this one, falls on that and gives UMS good field position at the Vigor 39.
Quick strike here, play 1. Joe Lott looking for it all.
Gotcha. That's what Dan Brennan's dialing up. Elliott split out to the bottom of the screen. Motion. They fake to Jay. Lott wants to put it up. Hangs it. Looking for Reed. And intercepted. 2 Wolves going to fight over it. Pearson was back there. Tyree Durgan there. And the shot was taken. But the Wolves come up with the interception.
Well, 2 of them back there, the odds were.
Back-to-back turnovers there in this one. Lott put some air under this one. Had Taylor back there, maybe a little overthrown. And
How about the Vigor players fighting over the ball? That was the ultra competitive nature of this team.
I think we might have had Mrs. Durgan down below us to
We
start
did.
the game. She was in her jersey below us here. So teams matched touchdowns
And
on
turnovers.
back-to-back plays to start the game, and now we got back-to-back turnovers here, and up to the 23 on is Benjamin. So we're 5 minutes into the second quarter here. Just can't tell you how nice a facility they have built here on the campus of Vigor High School. Of course, played at Prichard Stadium for forever.
Yep.
And now the on-campus facility. And flag before this one gets going. False start on the Wolves. That'll put them behind the sticks here. 15 plays, 60 yards. So got a 12-play drive and a 15-yard play drive. Both summaries courtesy of the Mobile County Sheriff's Office.
4 penalties, 27 yards now for the Wolves.
And second 11 back at the 19. Graham looking right the whole way, all kinds of room. Now he's going to pull it down, and Graham tries to bounce it to the outside. UMS does a good job to force him to the sideline. McNeil Mosteller there for UMS did a good job in space with Graham. But I like Graham also that not trying to force something downfield. You know, just had good protection, but UMS was only rushing 3.
Yep. Makes good decisions. Has all night. Said that one miscue, but they quickly got it back.
Well, after the scramble, 3rd and 8 for the Wolves. Graham rolls right this time. Looking, now just flings it with a flick of the wrist, and it's incomplete. Threw that one over the head of Chris Perry, the senior, and might see our first punt of the night here, Dan Brennan.
Somebody, UMS-Wright on that left side, had good leverage, kept Graham pretty much occupied where he had to get rid of it. Good defense by the Bulldogs. They'll get it back. Well, we'll see. They're going to set up around midfield.
Yeah, Jake J will stand just right at midfield.
If this is a line drive at Jake J, keep in mind, he can go.
And Graham stays on the field to punt. He was booming big punts when we were watching him in pregame. When we were talking with Coach Cook, UMS puts 9 up on the line of scrimmage, and pressure comes, and a great kick. Got off by Graham, and now it hits one of the UMS. It hits Jay, and it's recovered by the Vigor Wolves. Bounced up and hit Jake Jay, and then Chris Perry falls right on it. And well, you don't see a miscue like this very often. And
no, Vigor gets a break, and then UMS looks like they're about to block the punt. They don't. He gets off another boomer.
It went over Jay's head, and he got away from it, kind of leaned in, and it bounced up, hit his left hand.
It threw him off like an outfielder backing up for a fly ball, and he didn't feel comfortable with the company around him, and it's a Vigor ball.
All the way up to the 44 of UMS-Wright. Graham trying to get to the outside, and Mosteller there. Good job to drive it back for a loss of 4. You mentioned on that last possession, good job by sealing the edge out there.
They've done a good job on the edge.
Mosteller there.
They're kind of catching up to what the reality of the speed of Vigor, and they're just playing good technique. Really good football play.
Stewart out there as well. He's having a strong season for UMS, and they lose 4 on first down as we're approaching 5 minutes to go here in the second. Graham back to Benjamin. Benjamin tripped up. Fall ahead to about the 45, still short of the original line of scrimmage.
He went 80 yards on the first play from scrimmage of the game. UMS has done a really good job on him since that moment.
Would agree, and now 3rd and 11. And he'll stay in the backfield with Graham. UMS brings a little pressure this time. Graham tries to fire it out to the far side. He does be well short of the first down. Good coverage by James Scott as he gets it off to Michael Lalo there. They'll bring up 4th and about 5, and from the 38-yard line, and then the hesitation, it didn't look like from the Vigor sidelines. Gonna go for it here.
Yeah, here you go.
Lalo, the sophomore.
Now he is the punter too, so he could back up quickly. They have a change of heart.
Benjamin back with him. Graham fires it out, able to get it complete off to Holcomb, slips a tackle, and now uses the speed, and he's got a first down to the 25, making the 24. He's in the Dr. Pepper maroon zone.
He was just quick enough, wasn't he? Just quick enough to avoid that first tackle. Right there.
As a freshman, he was on that 4x100 state championship relay team.
Incredible. Great speed, obviously. They've got it all over the field. They've got Really good football players all over the field.
Move it up to the 14. Excuse me, the 24. Graham again outside, and Holcomb slips it to the inside, and he'll get wrapped up there by a couple of Bulldogs, Luke Lambert and Luke Phillips, there to make the stop.
Well, Lambert's a good player. This UMS-Wright defense, very gritty, very tough, and playing very well.
Coming up, we got our halftime show. IBW Local 505 halftime show. Dan Brent will be down on the field. Some interviews. Might get a little of this Vigor Championship celebration they have here tonight. Still on his feet. Benjamin to about the 20. Going to bring up 3rd down.
Tough kid, man. Didn't want to go down. But that's Dubois' area over there, left tackle.
Yep.
Bulldogs doing a good job right now, standing up to it.
Speaking of Bulldogs, where's he committed?
He's committed to Georgia.
Gotcha. I was making sure I just had that right. Benjamin Jr. has an offer from Florida A&M already. And here on 3rd and 6. Graham with pressure coming, steps up over the middle of the field. He's able to get it off to Benjamin, and he's got a 1st down to the 10-yard line. Nice throw there by Graham.
Boy, pressure right up the middle, gets it off accurately to Benjamin, who's a tailback who got to act like a wide receiver here, and he does. Look at that play.
Luke Phillips trailing in coverage. And the 1st down right at the 10. UMS will get the ball to start the 2nd half. Now Graham with 5 receivers. Rolls to the right, still rolling. He's got a lot of speed. Graham drops the shoulder. He knocked out of bounds at about the 3. UMS did a good job kind of stringing that one along to the boundary.
Good size, good speed, obviously.
6'2", 190 again, going to
makes good decisions.
Going to South. Again, this Vigor team lost Ja'Cory Barnes, the Jackson State commit, with an ACL earlier in the year. Hadn't missed a beat running the ball so far.
No, they have not.
2nd and goal. They'll keep it spread. Graham, quarterback draw. Lunges. He's going to be just shy down to the 1 as William Tanner stops him there. And 3rd and goal.
This is a much more methodical Vigor team than we've seen in the past. Would you agree with that?
And you know, no self-inflicted wounds.
Nope.
You know, no penalties. Not a lot of pre-snap stuff. So 3rd and goal here. South Alabama commit. Looks on here, and now they'll bring Benjamin back in the backfield. They give it to him. Benjamin on the left side, he's in for his 2nd touchdown of the night. AM&S Calvert touchdown for the Vigor Wolves. They take advantage of the turnover on the punt. They take it 43 yards in for the score. Who they run behind?
Yeah. Well, he just made a play on defense. So that's a clue.
And now, see if Vigor was going to try the PAT, kind of the old water bucket or swinging gate formation here. Nope, they're going to go for the pass. Blowing up to the corner. Hung up there, and he's got it. Nope. Going to be out of bounds. Trying to go to Holcomb. And so we'll go to break. Minute to go. Vigor on top, 18-9 here on the campus of Vigor University. So Vigor Wolves able to take advantage of that turnover on the punt. And Carlos Benjamin, his 2nd touchdown of the night. Got some folks checking in, watching the game tonight. Billy Dial watching the game. There's Coach Marcus Cook. Also More friends watching. Michael Leland watching this game up in Tuscaloosa tonight. Checking and watching the game online. Has less than a minute to go here in the first. UMS, as we said, will get the ball to start the second half. And UMS 2 turnovers in the first half. Graham on to kick. This time will be taken by Joe Lott at the 24. Looking for some blockers, and Lott will get out to about the 35-yard line. Be interesting to see what UMS does here with just 52 seconds left. UMS has 2 timeouts. Good look at Lott there. Had such a great year last year as a safety for this UMS team, and then came in on offense as well, and kind of picking their spots as to where you best utilize that young man's talents every Friday night here for UMS, and we'll see him come under center as Jake Jay lines up, has the tailback for the Bulldogs, and they'll give it to him, and Jay on the right side. Got tripped up just as he got across the 40. Kamari White, junior linebacker, got him just enough to topple him up to the 41-yard line, and UMS not in a real hurry here. I think they'd be happy just to, if they get something big, maybe they'll take a timeout then, but otherwise they're happy to go into the dressing room and recoup and get it to start the third. Again, Lott right off to Jay, and Jay up to the 40. Real close to, he's going to have the first down. And we'll see what the Bulldogs elect to do here on another Roof Doctors first down. One more shot at it, and they'll put Lott in the shotgun. Give it off to Holland. And Holland will be stopped there, and that will bring the first half to a close. And Vigor Wolves with a 9-point lead. Here through the first half, and Dan Brennan will have head coach Marcus Cook momentarily here as we get ready for our local 5:05 IBW halftime show. Vigor scored on the first play of the game, and then 2 long drives with the touchdowns. They've not been having much luck on the PATs, so they've just got 3 touchdowns of 6 points each, but no PATs, and UMS with a touchdown, and they missed their PAT, and then had the field goal as well. And Dan's got the head coach of the Vigor Wolves, Marcus Cook. Dan.
Coach Cook, what did you see in the first half that you liked, and maybe some things you want to clean up?
We started off fast like I wanted to, but, you know, we let them score early. So we were able to finish that first half decently, but it's a whole new ball game second half. We got to go finish. We got to go finish this football game at home.
What is the message at halftime? What exactly do you tell the kids?
Go finish and do it for B-Dub.
Coach Brian Williams, whose funeral service was earlier today, by the way. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Dan. Thanks, Coach Cook. Halftime, 18-9 here. Vigor on top. 2 touchdowns for that young man, Carlos Benjamin. And the Wolves on top by 9 at the break.
Dan Brennan on the field again. Tamisha Jackson is the interim principal at Vigor High School, and this has got to be a very proud day for you.
It is. We are super excited for today's. Our theme is honoring our champions coming back, and we're just super excited about having all of those teams that represented our school on the championship teams, and we're just super excited.
How about this stadium?
Man, I can only just say this has been a beautiful outcome, and we're just embracing the sense of community that it brings. Our students just have a place for home, and we're just super excited about that.
We're super excited to be here. Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you for having us.
There you go. Ms. Jackson, so Doug Barber from UMS-Wright. How you doing, Coach?
I'm good, great, man.
Let's talk about the things going on at UMS-Wright, and sometimes they can be a little overwhelming to talk about all the positives, but they're there.
Yeah, they are. I mean, you know, it's we're in that lull a little bit between Labor Day, you know, and Thanksgiving. So that's kind of the hardest time for teachers and families and students. A lot of school going on, but you know, we've had some great opportunities to have a lot of guest speakers on campus. Really a heavy focus on leadership for us this year and what we're doing as far as supporting our you know, our men and women in uniform. That's, you know, so those are kind of the things that are going well. In addition to, we're still doing reading, writing, and arithmetic.
I understand it's going pretty well. Yeah, sending all these people into wonderful universities around the country. Yeah. Team's fighting hard.
Look, you know, as you know, it's Terry Curtis, right? And so he and his staff, they're going to do a great job. This has been, you know, we had a couple of turnovers there late, and those are the things against a good Vigor team that you can't do. I mean, they've got some really talented players. The Dubose kid is, man, that's the first time I've seen him, Dan. He's impressive.
I hope it's the last time.
Well, you know, I like watching good football players, you know. But I'm so excited for Vigor and the city of Prichard. This facility is absolutely amazing. I know they're proud of it. They've done a great job welcoming us here tonight. Now they need to welcome us a little more in the second half and give us a few breaks. So.
Thank you, Doug.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
okay, guys.
y'all do.
You got it, man. Thank you. Back to y'all.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Johnson will give to Graham again. This time he gets around the left side, and we'll see how fast he can go. He's at the 30, the 40, the 50. It doesn't look like anybody's going to catch Miles Graham. 10-5 all the way to the house.
McDougal will toss it back. Easterly, the throwback. McDougal has got a block. Jumps over a man. Stays on his feet near sideline. Bennett McDougal.
The punt here is blocked. They got a hand on it and caught. This could be a score right here. It's a foot race. That's a touchdown. Carter Newman on the punt.
His first year as a starter. Coming a big way, and here's an onside kick, and Greenhill's got it.
Duffler back to throw. Goes long, left, got a man, and he caught it.
Oh, no. He's intercepted. Wow.
Well, somebody caught it. It's picked off. Number 3, Jack Detro.
Jackson Clark from 50. No, it's blocked. It's blocked. The Raiders come through. The 50-yarder doesn't get past his foot. And the crowd goes wild on senior night. And the Raiders are going to get the victory.
Jim Cox, Dan Brennan here at Wolfpack Stadium on the campus of Vigor High School, and they are doing a great job with the celebration tonight. They are honoring the 87, 88, 2008, and 2021 champions. Of course, that 88 team was also the ESPN national champion. They're also honoring the 1998, 2011, and 2018 runners-up. One of those teams made it to the quarterfinal, but what a night for these Vigor alumni, Dan, for the crowd at the stadium, and they have done a spectacular job at honoring all these teams.
But I was hearing the names that were coming out on the field, and a lot of those were more recent. Sure. Then you go back to around 2011, 2012. That was our era. We
no doubt.
knew all Ken Houston and that bunch. And then back into the 2008. It was and I wanted to say hello to all of them, but I did have a chance to say hello to Coach P. Ryan, and that was great.
Roosevelt Patterson out there, and you got Lectron Williams out there. I mean, those great 97, 98 teams, and Harold Clark was the coach back then, and just what a night. And there's James P. Ryan. He was the Vigor coach when we started doing this, and a wonderful guy. And you know what? That hat was always on like that.
Yeah.
And he was really great. He didn't know us, and we started doing these games, and he was great to us. Favorite story from James P. Ryan. So Dan and I used to do our pregame show was like on Wednesday nights at some restaurant on Airport Boulevard.
It was a rib place out on Airport.
And it was live.
It was live.
And we would have the coaches on, And Coach Pirine was supposed to be there that night. He was making soup. He's in his kitchen, and he had the TV on, and he said, dang, I'm supposed to be there. And he shut the soup off, jumped in his car, and came and made it to be on the show with us.
Oh,
and
man.
I'll never forget him doing that, showed up. He was like, dang it, I forgot all about this. I was making, and this was before, like, we didn't text back then.
No.
And James Pirine there, and he was just great to us. And, boy, they had some kids, you can just see the emotion.
You see the emotion. And,
I got goosebumps right now.
I'm telling you, this is really fantastic. What a genuinely nice man and a really good football coach.
And
wow, this whole night is doing my heart a lot of good.
And there are just some communities where it means more.
Yep.
And here in Prichard, Vigor, it does.
It does. I mean, that they account for a lot of these extraordinary numbers we have with these TV broadcasts.
And they account for a lot of the guys you see playing on Saturdays and Sundays that come through Mobile. And, you know, they waited to do this until they could do it here on campus at their new stadium. What a night that all of them, it's just another night they'll never forget about being part of the Vigor Wolfpack.
I hope they've got somewhere where they can get back together tonight or sometime soon where they can really trade all the stories. And of course, it's different levels, different eras from all the way back in 87, 88 to just a few years ago. They win a lot here.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to keep doing that as well. And they just, hats off as someone who does a lot of special events outside of announcing football on TV. Like, they did it right here, and it's so easy not to do it right.
It's almost impossible to do it right. They did it right. And just looking at Coach Pirine's face, before I got up here, I ran down to find him real quickly, and he wasn't yet this emotional. He was just taking it all in. So it's a beautiful thing for me to watch Coach Pirine.
Look at the championship rings on there, and again, he was so great to us when we started doing this, and of course we started doing it. You know, if you start doing football on TV in Mobile, Alabama, you're going to have some Vigor games.
Yeah,
and we sure did.
And you're going to have some success, and we've had success, and a lot of it was broadcasting games in which these very talented teams were mostly winning.
Boy, just from great memories for games.
There's Electron Williams, a personal friend, really a personal friend of so many people.
I mean, just a name synonymous with football from the Mobile area. And now the Vigor Wolves fight song and
alma mater, I guess, right?
Yeah, what a great night. Oh, so emotional night here. Those are happy tears.
Yes, they are.
For the Vigor Wolves, and we'll come back to Vigor right after this.
The following segment is sponsored by Dr. Pepper.
Well, Coca-Cola United and Dr. Pepper have a really good relationship with our schools, and it goes back. We sponsor football, baseball, basketball, men's, girls, women's sports, all the way down to we do a backpack buddy program where it's going back to school. We have some pencils and backpacks and rulers and stuff. We've done that. Again, we really love to be involved with our youth and schools, and that's where it starts for a community. That's where it starts molding our young folks into the people that we want them to be. And we're just really proud to be able to help and support that.
Halftime here at Vigor High School. I might have called it Vigor University. It just felt like we're on a college campus.
Oh, I thought that was the joke.
Oh, it feels like it. That's what it was. Halftime, Jim Cox, Dan Brennan here, 18-9 Vigor on top of UMS-Wright. UMS will get the ball here to start the second half, but at halftime, here we always get a chance to tell you about some great Scholastic athletes that we have here. Brought to you by friends Andy Citron Injury Attorneys.
Yeah, C.J. Stewart, UMS-Wright, grade 12, GPA 4.48. That's pretty good. Football and baseball, so I'll see him in the spring if I drop by for a baseball game in the spring. National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, Officer of Fellowship of Christian Athletes, member of the 2023 4A State runner-up baseball team, plans to attend Auburn University and major in building science. So that's C.J. Stewart from UMS-Wright.
He's been in on a bunch of tackles here tonight
Yes,
for the Bulldogs, and one of our Scholastic athletes at the end of the year will be given a $10,000 or $5,000 scholarship, and also we have we've been calling the Langs for a long time here at Vigor High School. Dan Brennan.
How about Jake Lang? Not just a really good
menace in the middle.
He's a menace. He's also a 4.2 student. He's a 12th grader. Sports, of course, football. He also does play baseball, soccer, and track. How about that? How about these people playing all these sports? These kids
and still posting a 4.2.
Yeah, National Honor Society. City of Prichard ambassador. Got to meet this kid, huh? Offers from Birmingham Southern and LaGrange College. Just excited to have a kid with that kind of GPA in the house,
yep.
right?
Thanks to Andy Citron, injury attorneys, and his brother starts on defense with him, and his older brother is the defensive coordinator, Montrez Blank. So here we go. First play from scrimmage. Carlos Benjamin goes 80 yards. And Vigor on top, just like that, 8-0.
You always want to watch the pregame show because that's when I tell you who's going to go 80 yards.
And then you could have said Joe Lott's going to go 57 because on the very next play from scrimmage, Joe Lott takes it 57 for the Bulldogs, and we're 6-6. Then we weren't even 30 seconds into the game. And then Graham on the first touchdown after the long one by Benjamin, and then we see Benjamin get his second of the night. Here's the stats, and we talked about, Dan, you saw the big run from Joe Lott to start the game, 57 yards, but from then it's been tough sledding on the ground for the Bulldogs.
13 rushing yards aside from the big run by Joe Lott. So UMS-Wright having a little trouble with the line of scrimmage, but that's what Vigor brings. They bring trouble.
Yeah, Vigor with 155 yards on the ground. But after that first 80, they've had to earn them. UMS has been a good job of making them kind of grind it out. But we saw a 12 and a 15 play drive by the Vigor Wolves to get in for the touchdown.
Good coaching.
Yep.
Good quarterback play, too.
And there's Joe Lott. He's back, one of the three deep men for the UMS-Wright Bulldogs. How about this score 6A matchup? Out in Theodore tonight at the half, Spanish Fort with 2 safeties.
That's it?
Yeah, 4-0. They lead Theodore. I think they're a little confused on which way the teams want to go, so they're going to flip it around. They'll give you a chance to give you some more scores here. Baldwin County leads Blunt 14-7. How about this one out in West Mobile? Baker. Was there really a reason for me to hit you with the depth chart before I announced it?
Baker didn't get my attention.
Baker on top of Daphne, 17-0 now in the second quarter. McGill leads Murphy 21-0. How about this one in 7A? Davidson leads Fairhope 21-3. Homecoming for the Pirates. Gulf Shores on top of LaFleur 28-0. Sareland at the half leads Robertsdale 45-0. Jackson in the Battle of Unbeatens leads Bayside 20-0. And now we'll get ready to get this kickoff here from Graham. High into the middle of the field and across the 30, and now with some speed all the way up to the 48-yard line. Jake J. And good field position for UMS-Wright to start things here in the third. And Coach Cook was happy, but he knew there was a lot of work left to be done when you talked about the half.
Exactly, work to do. And they do have work to do. And look at here, UMS-Wright starts with great field position, and kid showed a lot of speed again. They've got some guys who can really run. And I'm talking about UMS-Wright.
Lott on the keeper to the left side. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. There's one of those Lang boys. That one's Jai Lang, his 5th tackle for a loss on the season.
It's like they're committed. If there's a jet sweep possibility, they're not buying it. That defense is focused on number 1.
And they'll say he got just back to the line of scrimmage. Now Howland will be replaced, and UMS will go 3-by-1 on the receivers here on 2nd and 10. Jay in motion. He'll take it. He's hit in the backfield immediately by the sophomore Devin Winsett. And Winsett didn't seem like a lot of urgency when that play got going on the offense for the Bulldogs here. And Winsett
got that penetration, and then the play's over. This guy can run, but he's not going to run this time because he's not even going to have a chance to get out of the blocks.
So they lose 5 on that one and all the way back to the 44.
Got some young players on this defense, too. Very impressive.
3rd and 15 for the Bulldogs. Lott gives it off to Jay on the left side, and the hole closes quickly before he can get to the original line of scrimmage. Is just nowhere to
go.
Nowhere to go. And
so they start out with great field position, Jim. Just gonna get not a thing out of it, although maybe be able to punt away and put Vigor back for the long field to go.
Jake laying there, Vigor with no one back really deep now. Garrett Holcomb will drop way back as Will Taylor stands at about the 32.
I'm getting a lot of texts about that halftime show.
It was spectacular. Good punt by Taylor, and Holcomb fair catches it at the 14-yard line. We'll put him at the 16, actually. God, they did a great job. Just so many teams to honor. And like you said, they saved the best for last. Those 87, 88 teams. And
those are the teams we heard about when we were starting all this 24 years ago.
Yeah, they were.
You should have seen them. Also, how about Terry Curtis telling about some of his maybe mid-'80s teams? He was an assistant at Murphy, and they had players all over the place.
Yep.
That went on to college, I'm saying.
Bobbled snap, but they give it back off to Benjamin. Now Benjamin on the right side. Watch out, the speedster gets it up to the 35, and he'll pick up 17 on first down. And he's thinking, ooh, I could have had another long one there.
Yeah, very good tackle here. Little bobbled snap, so it starts out kind of wonky, right? But speed solves everything, Jim. And Benjamin likes to run through the tackles. But if he sees a crease, off he goes. Good vision. Really good vision.
1st and 10 here for the Wolves. Benjamin strung out there to the far side. We got more folks watching from Tuscaloosa. We get some folks up there for the Ole Miss Bama game tomorrow. Alan Ladd watching the game. Ashley Leland watching the game up in Tuscaloosa. Of course, Michael Leland checked in down the first half, second half. Walker Wilcox watching in Auburn. Willis Wilcox watching in Mobile. Marcus Cook watching here in Prichard from the sideline on 2nd and 7 for his Wolves. And incomplete is Frank Lott. Son Joe Lott there on the coverage. Frank Lott watching on the far side in the stands. And now I'll get back to talking about just actual players on the field. And to get it off to Dylan Jackson.
Joe Lott, another big play by him on the other side of the ball. Of course, that's where he was, where you saw him most of last year. Very good player, defensive safety. Very good.
3rd and 7 for the Wolves. Graham right at the sticks, able to get it off, and he's got it complete. And that is Jamez Montgomery.
That does my heart good. Little guy, grew up in Alabama Village. And,
you met him when he was really a little guy.
He might have been 4, and always the brightest smiley face on the campus of Light of the Village. And
sought you out on the field before the game and came over to give you a big hug.
Yeah, great kid.
1st and 10 up at the 46 for Vigor. Graham on the right side. Couldn't get away from the ankle tackle there by Kaplan Reed.
You know, you see the halftime and the celebration there. You hear all the names, many of which we called in our own games, not the ones back in the 90s or 80s, but anytime after that, you run into a little kid from Light of the Village. It's been a great night for me. And I know for you.
They've been talking about how emotional it is for these Vigor kids with the coach they call B-Dub, Brian Williams, and had his funeral today, died suddenly, and just I know their hearts are heavy for somebody, and also for him not to be able to be a part of that celebration at halftime.
Tragic.
Here tonight, Benjamin reverses course. Watch out, like a video game up the right side, and he'll step out of bounds there, but going to be all the way up to the 35, picks up 14. Yeah.
One was met by one there at the corner. Joe Lott said, not so fast. But this kid is fast, and he's shifty. He's powerful at about 190 pounds, and he's just a junior.
He's got that 80-yard touchdown run to go with the 99-yarder he already had this year, and loses his footing there with the pressure coming in from Kaplan Reed.
Yeah, Kaplan Reed, good play, penetrates. Kid's got nowhere to go. This quarterback right here, very impressive.
Yeah, we've seen Kelvin Brisker come in some of the previous Wolves game. They'll kind of go I formation, put him under center, and haven't seen that yet here tonight. Graham, after the loss of 3, be 2nd and 13. He's looking to set up a screen. Now he wants to float. It looked like they sold the screen and then wanted to go to Benjamin, who had taken all the way down inside the 20.
Snuck out on a wheel route. He's a really good player.
3rd and 13. Citronelle leading Faith 21-3 at the half up in Citronelle.
Well, we were tipped off about Citronelle by Coach Cook before the game. This might be the best Citronelle team in a number of years.
3rd and 13. They give it right up the middle and in for the 37-yard touchdown. Dearcus Washington hadn't really shown up in the stat sheets this year. Comes in, and he's got the AMS Calvert touchdown on 3rd and 13 from the 37.
Right through the middle of that line. Let's watch the blocking here. Yeah, they just moved UMS right off the ball.
Dearcus Washington, the senior. And it's now 24-9, and this has been the only thing that has not gone well for Vigor tonight is the PATs that are 0 for 3. And now Graham will just line up and try to get one on the board here. And that one blocked by Joe Lott. Did it a bunch last year. He got a hand on that one this year, so it stays 24-9. 37-yard touchdown run for Dearcus Washington. Then he goes untouched, and Vigor builds their lead down to 15.
Hey, since 2016, Andy Citron, injury attorneys, have partnered with Friday Night Rivals, supporting student athletes and furthering education. Once again, Andy Citron awarding a $5,000 scholarship to one of our Scholastic athletes. Also, tonight's broadcast brought to you by AMNS Calvert, innovations in steel, strengthened by people. Now hiring at amnscalvertjobs.com.
So about halfway through the third, more folks watching this game. We got Chad Loper, Lisa Kimbrough, join a little vino on Ono Island watching the game here on a Friday night. Good way to spend a Friday night, right?
Yeah.
Warren Butler watching the game in Mobile.
Maybe drinking vino and you turn the game off, you're still doing okay.
Yeah, this one at the 20. It's about the 35. This time, Joe Lott. Joe Lott will sleep well tonight at the end of this one.
Won't have to rock him to sleep for sure.
24-9, so still a 2-score game because of all of those missed.
That's right.
PATs.
You just get the feeling that
Look at another 12, 15, and now 9-play drive. Mobile County Sheriff's Office.
As methodical of an effort as we've seen out of a Vigor team at some time, but you get the feeling for UMS-Wright, it's got to be something big.
Yeah, got to get a chunk play.
Got to get a chunk play for sure.
Haven't really had one since the first play of the game.
No, you have not.
When Lott took it 57.
It's come close on some long throws.
Lott fires that one, goes through the hands of Camden Taylor.
Boy, Lott looks a lot better at quarterback than in the opener.
Yeah.
Very comfortable.
And Bo Wills, who was running the ball to start the year, he was a good receiver for him last year. Could catch out of the backfield a little bit. And
big, strong kid.
Out with the injury. And now bring up 2nd and 10. And UMS-Wright is 3 and out to start here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and they had it at the 50, too. They had great field position to start.
So now on 2nd and 10, Holland will come in motion, and he came in motion a little too soon. Did have a texter asking if we were sitting in the drum line.
It might sound like it. We might as well be.
Anthony Garrett, thank you. Had to fill in as Kevin Anders, our referee, had a calf injury in the first quarter, and so then Anthony Garrett wasn't expecting to have to wear the white hat and deal with the dang TV microphone.
But
he's doing a great job for us.
Agree.
So 2nd and 15 now for UMS.
I wonder if this band and the UMS jumping off sides might be related.
Lott on the keeper, just puts the shoulder down, trying to get up the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 3rd and 11. And got a little help. You know, players know. Like players know players out there. And Michael Brown, Sr., was just helping Joe Lott up at the end of that play. Players know. I mean, they know who's real out on the field, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. That was a nice move right there.
This Vigor defense.
If he didn't know coming in, he knew after the first UMS-Wright offensive play.
Yeah. Well, what did Coach Cook say? Joe Lott, Joe Lott, Joe Lott. That's what we got to stop here tonight. And they've done a good job except for that first play, and they'll get another chance here tonight as Lott trying to break one free. Took a big hit, but stays on his feet, and now he's going to get them in a 4th down situation. He's going to be just short, but you might just go for it here at the 45.
You might. 4th and 1. Maybe try to pull him off sides if nothing else, right?
Yeah, you see, let's watch the big hit here. Like the Vigor defender goes for the big hit and doesn't wrap up Lott, but Lott's 190 pounds, so it's going to take more than just the big hit. Cornelius Pearson tried to bring him down by just the big hit.
He's heavier than you think, right? Because he's a teenager and his waistline's probably 26 or something weird like that. But he's got more weight on him than you think.
Jai Lang is down, and so that'll give us a chance to take a break with 5:10 to go in the third. Big 4th down coming up. Here is the Wolves on top by 15 on Friday Night Rivals. So Jai Lang able to get off under his own power, and while he was down, they measured, and they said Joe Lott got enough for the first down. And so it'll keep the drive alive for UMS. Boy, how good has that guy been to us over the years?
Oh, we go on and on with all the coaches and administrators that we've dealt with through the years. So watch the big hit and watch him say, no, I don't think so, man. I'm going this way. And gets the first down. That was appreciated by this crowd here.
Yeah, boy, he looks a little short.
He does.
Because they put it all the way up at the 45. But
that run was noticed by the home side, too.
Lott has time, and kind of slipping out of his break was Taylor. Just margin for error on offense for UMS is just it's very small.
No. Agree. This Vigor defense kind of shrinks everything up.
UMS
no spaces, nowhere to go.
Averaging 9 points a game coming into tonight, and
so having a tough time entering the place.
Got a touchdown the first play from Lott, and then that's been it. This Vigor defense doing their job thus far tonight. 2nd and 10. Pressure coming, Lott just has to get it off, and he gets it to midfield for a completion to get 5, and just getting rid of that was saved what could have been a huge loss as he gets it to Jay out of the backfield.
Well, number 1, he looks like he's been playing quarterback all his life here suddenly. And watch him, he knows he's going to get hit. He's just backpedaling.
Yeah, that was
gets the completion.
White coming on the blitz, and then they hadn't sent a lot of extra pressure tonight.
No, they have not.
But that time, Montrez Lang dialed up the blitz.
See if they keep it on the ground here, considering that they would more than likely go for it on 4th down too, Jim.
3rd and 5 right at the midfield stripe.
Keep it in Lott's hands, maybe.
Lott rolls out, looking to set his feet, and incomplete, and the pressure was coming again from Kamari White. There's a whole host of green jerseys back there in coverage.
He skipped it up there. He wasn't able to get his feet set.
Because of the pressure coming on him.
Yep.
And they're going to send out the punt team here on 4th and 5. Will Taylor on for UMS, and Garrett Holcomb back deep for Coach Marcus Cook's team. You know, I'll make a point about this Vigor squad here after the punt. Taylor, good kick, sends Holcomb back to the 10. Holcomb tries to dance, slips through 2 tackles. Watch out. The speedster Holcomb across the 40. Flag thrown at midfield. Another one, he takes it 90. But will it come back with the flags at midfield? And I'm not sure.
He needed him.
No, he had the Jets were on at 2 flags thrown right in front of the Vigor sidelines. That you when he broke those first tackles at the 10, you thought, watch out.
You can almost prophesize.
Yeah.
He's going. But those are some Jets, right? Oh. Sophomore, Holcomb?
Yep.
Gosh.
Part of that 4x100 relay team we keep talking about as a freshman that won it last year. And I don't holding against Vigor, and let's look and see. It was right at midfield.
Right there. Looks like a good block.
Yeah, could have been holding on UMS almost.
Gosh.
Takes the score off the board. And back to the 41. But still good field position for the Vigor Wolves, and feels like they're just slowly putting the vice grips on this game. Plays that one off to Dylan Jackson. So unfortunately, we're in a situation, I say unfortunately, a situation in high school football where you hear about so many transfers and kids moving in, moving out, going here, going there, don't like whatever. The one thing about, like, these kids that are playing in green, they're Vigor kids.
They're from here, right?
I mean, they've gone to the feeder schools. They walk to those schools. Yeah. They can walk to the high school. Like, they are Vigor kids from Prichard, Alabama. And now right up the middle, looking for his 3rd of the night. 59 yards, Carlos Benjamin.
It's a good team. You know what? They've got really good players, Jim, and they know how to use them. You'll see speed on other teams. Somehow it dissolves into nothing in the course of a game.
A&S Calvert touchdown for Carlos Benjamin. A&S Calvert innovations in steel, strengthened by people now hiring at AMSCalvertjobs.com. And a smile on that young man's face. Benjamin, 3 touchdowns on the night. And UMS gives up another big play, and the Vigor Wolves have built the lead here. Now with a PAT to 31-9. Benjamin, 3 tonight, and he hadn't been touched I don't think on either or any of those 3 scores for the Wolves. They're on top big 31-9 here on Friday Night Rivals. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan here at Vigor, and the Wolves on top 31-9, and Terry Curtis looking for some answers here tonight, and not a lot to be found against a very impressive Vigor Wolves team through the first 4 weeks. This will be the most impressive victory of the season.
No doubt. They're building something here. Still a young team, but man, they play like a team, and then of course they've got the firepower to take you down on any given snap.
As we've watched, and it doesn't take much of a crease or an opening for one of these speedy players, and now short kick taken at the 25-yard line by Yepman. Kaplan Reed, the linebacker. Had a new kicker out there for Vigor on that one. Looks like it was Clayton West. Right there to now you're UMS. You just gotta keep grinding. Just gotta keep grinding away here, right?
Yep. Yeah, and which they have done. There's a couple of breakdowns here in the second half on individual plays.
Jay will pick up maybe 3.
Maybe you do that too, Jim. You run the ball a lot if you can. Again, that's not been easy tonight, but I'm just saying in terms of keep your defense off the field a little bit here. Now, for a night like tonight, there's a number of guys on UMS-Wright that are playing a good bit offense and defense.
Jay kind of getting his legs back underneath him after missing the first couple weeks of the season with an injury, and now he's back.
Good.
Yep. Watt again with some time, and airmails that one over Taylor on the far side, and 3rd and 8 coming up. For UMS.
I'll tell you one thing. Playing in a game like this against a team this talented and physical and really well coached too, Joe Lott is getting about 100 lessons in one tonight, right?
Yep.
But he's a tough competitor himself, very talented.
Jay gets pulled down, maybe short of the first down. Going to bring up 4th and about 6 for the Bulldogs here, maybe 5.
Purifoy again. Plays with joy too. Just loves being out there. He's good at it.
UMS will send the punt team out. Look at this UMS team, and past couple, Cole Blaylock over the past 3 years had 64 touchdowns.
Wow.
This UMS team, and just you have a player like that, it kind of almost blocked. You can kind of deodorize some struggles you have on offense. And,
otherwise.
Yeah, and a very short punt. It's only going to net. An 11-yard punt.
Cheering the Wolfpack defense. Now the Bulldog defense been put in a spot here where they know that they got to clamp it down now. Keep it where it is, 31-9.
And Jerry and Graham, how impressive has he been a quarterback tonight? It's almost like workmanlike that you.
Yeah, it's like the little things, right?
Yeah, right.
But he's a great athlete. I look at these holes.
Benjamin, first down into UMS territory. Now a late flag there is, I think, Xavier Jackson kind of continuing extra aggressive after the play. And
something happened at the end of the play, but I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah,
Jim. I was looking at the monitor and not the field.
Yeah, they bring Jackson right off the field and kind of continued it on. It's going to back them up 15 yards. And if you're Vigor Wolves, you're saying, why are we doing anything like this to try to give them any?
But you don't see much of that out of Vigor.
Nope. That was the one thing that Coach was saying before the game. He said, I can deal with penalties that happen during the game. So, you know, holding's going to happen. They can call that on every play. So, but the after the whistle stuff. And well, let's watch here on 57. Yeah.
And watch Benjamin, because is he hurt?
So
that's the question.
Yeah, it's going to come up at the very top of your screen. 57. Yeah, big finish in the block there on Luke Lambert.
Yeah, and then I guess everything kind of landed in the area of Benjamin. Now he's over on the bench trying to feel better. But does he have any kind of an injury? I don't know. He's got this. 16 rushes, 209 yards.
Wow.
3 touchdowns.
Yards a carry for Benjamin, and job by Will Tanner holding on.
Nice job, Tanner.
There's Kevin Malone comes back into the backfield. Fred Riley, of course, watching the game tonight. Chris Haley continues his perfect attendance tonight, watching in Point Clear.
Okay.
Enjoying foie gras and escargot while watching the football game tonight.
Can you get any more way above us than that?
Telling you. So 2nd and 9. Looking to pass, and he had Holcomb. Had it. Little play fake and had Holcomb. Little seam to the near side and just missed him.
That's what Tua used to throw to those guys. And they'd be gone, right?
Flag. Might be a holding variety here. Wow, illegal man downfield. That happened quickly.
Sure did. Graham, that was quickly out of his hands. Graham identifying himself as the party at fault with that throw on me.
Yeah, goes all the way back to the 34.
Legal man downfield on the offense.
It's a good team, Jim. Unranked.
Yeah, that's they're going to be 5-0. They're, like you said, show me 10 teams
in 5A better than them. Good luck.
So UMS will decline the penalty, so it makes it 3rd and 9.
Okay.
As opposed to 2nd and 14. Graham just turns and hands this one off to Malone, who falls forward, and they will not have to snap it again here in the 3rd. And that's what Coach Marcus Cook on the Vigor sideline. So it's been an emotional night here tonight at Vigor at halftime, honoring all their past champions, and looked like the emotion was kind of hitting one of our favorites more than others. Coach James P. Ryan, who led this team to a championship and big favorite here in this Prichard community. And what a night here tonight at halftime. And Coach P. had that hat on backwards in 2004. Early on, we saw him. And what a night here for Vigor, was singing the alma mater. And Wolves up big tonight, 31-9 on top of UMS, going to the 4th on Friday Night Rivals.
Tonight's game brought to you by the Mobile County Sheriff's Office. Provides a challenging and interesting job opportunity. Join Team Sheriff today at teamsheriff.org. Also brought to you by IBEW. It's the largest electrical union in the world, representing workers' rights in all areas of electrical and telecommunications industries. IBEW Local 505 is more than 500 men and women strong from Mobile and the surrounding areas who pride themselves on being the finest craftspeople in the world.
4th and 5 here to start the 4th, and Vigor showing punt, and Graham, the quarterback, is the punter, and UMS loading up. Graham just quickly gets that one away and bounces out of bounds about the 27. And was just happy to get that one away and put UMS back in their own end to start the 4th here. Just can't be more impressed by this team in green than we're seeing here tonight.
No, you know, I'm impressed with UMS-Wright too in terms of their fight and their grit. They're just up against a very, very talented and well-coached team. And you're right, that tailback, he covered up a lot of ills, more than likely.
Cole Blaylock at South Alabama now. Lott fires that one nearly intercepted, is lurking back over there for the Wolves was, guess who? Brandon Purifoy.
Yep.
Watch.
Football player.
It's a linebacker going out there and
plays with joy. Really does. A really good basketball player too. Would you imagine that?
Yeah, exactly. Not shocking. Holland comes in motion. And he'll get it up to about the 34, but there's a penalty on the right side, which makes you feel like this one's going to be a holding call coming back. I think the last time UMS started 2-3 was maybe when they got bumped up into
5A.
Yeah.
First time back in the mid-2000s.
Yeah.
They also won 2 playoff games that year.
Exactly. And you know, the expectation that when you're at a place like UMS, right, that you become so accustomed to winning, you almost expect it, but now with competitive balance, now you're kicked up to playing in 5A, and you're playing teams like, you know, Vigor, what they're like. Gulf Shores didn't used to be a potential powerhouse down at the beach.
No,
and you got
let the rules catch up to the current climate. If you catch what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Kids are showing up everywhere and anywhere. At this point, it's like college football with the transfer portal.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, why punish any schools in particular, any type of schools?
So second and 20.
You know, up in Montgomery, AHSAA, they don't scribble everything down that I write. Or you, for that matter.
Been banging that drum for years. So
got a kid hurt here, Jim.
Looks like Pearson coming off. Sheila Slanton in Mobile watching this games. She loves to watch UMS games when we have them on TV. She loves the Bulldogs. She says, rock on, Bulldogs.
Thank you, Sheila, for watching, for sure. But you got a big number tonight. Bitch, it's a big number.
3rd and 9. Lott met in the backfield and dropped the freshman Emmanuel Gales.
Freshman middle linebacker on a team that's stacked. How good is he going to be?
You just what's so it's not just physical, but like his hot read there was the quarterback. Like didn't matter if he was staying on his assignment.
That's
there
right.
On the quarterback, and
these kids are well coached.
And UMS will punt tonight. So they scored a touchdown in the first play of the game. And they got a field goal after that. Now trouble on the punt, and Holcomb's still on his feet. He had one called back after going 90 and up to the 42-yard line. And now we got a Bulldog player down at the bottom of this pile, slowly getting up. It looks like he'll be all right, as Hunter Smallwood was just a little slow to get up. And, you know, when we were talking with, you said, some of the UMS coaches during the week about this Vigor team and what they got going on down here, and then just said, boy, that, you know, that Coach Cook, he's impressive. Really like what he's got going on here.
Hey, new stadium, new team.
Yeah, for sure. And that,
this team did not make the playoffs last year, but they were so young. And how about playing this game in this fashion after spending most of your day at the funeral of a longtime coach?
Yeah, Brian Williams, and you saw some of the as Washington is down. Hopefully that's just a cramp. Some of the players have B-dub written on their tape and things like that. So we'll take a timeout early in the fourth. That's all Vigor tonight here on Friday Night Rivals. Washington getting a little help off the field here. All right, so they've taken a safety off the board in Theodore. I didn't read that, or I got bad information. Now we got 3-2 Theodore leading Spanish Ford 6A battle.
Top of the eighth.
Yeah. Analytics says bring in the lefty. Citronelle 24-10 over Faith. 26-6 Baker leading Daphne. Second down, nothing much doing there for Cannon's going to be orange. I see McGill has their own cannon they've brought on campus now to paint.
Really?
Yeah, they brought their own. And I thought, well, what would Murphy do? Would Murphy going to come onto the baseball stadium there and paint it? So I bet those kids still find a way to get to the loop, right? I bet they both get painted.
So what's the score?
35-0 McGill over Murphy. Gulf Shores 28 over LaFleur.
If you don't paint the one at the loop, what are you doing?
Stop the rivalry.
Yeah.
If you don't do it. I mean, is nothing sacred? 35-10 Davidson leading Fairhope on homecoming across the bay. Third and short here. And not much room for Johnson. Bring up fourth down as the clock running inside 9 minutes to go.
I think that's all we're going to see, by the way, of Benjamin. I'm quite sure.
Sure.
Finished tonight with 17 rushes, 220 yards, 3 touchdowns.
He's going to add to his wardrobe. He's going to get a belt tonight.
He could get a belt.
I mean, pretty sure. Let's see here. Other scores. Saraland 66-0 over Robertsdale. The Battle of Unbeatens up in Jackson. Aggies blank Bayside 35-0 in that one. St. Michael got the win last night over Satsuma, as we said. And Vigor takes a timeout. All right, Danny Boy, game tomorrow in Tuscaloosa. The Lane train got a chance?
I think you always have a chance.
They're a little banged up. They're a little banged up is kind of the word on the street. Maybe banged up a bit. But
you're talking about Ole Miss?
Yeah.
Okay.
That from my Ole Miss insider, Robert Cook, who's also a big Friday Night Rivals watcher. He's going into hostile territory to watch the game in Tuscaloosa tomorrow.
Oh, he's going to be there.
Yes. It's Vigor. So they're still working on Washington over there.
I don't know what the status of Benjamin is. He seemed a little banged up the last play we saw him.
Yeah, that on that penalty at the end of the play where everybody kind of fell on him at the bottom of the
That's
pile.
right. That's right.
But now after the timeout, they'll send the Wolves will send the punt team out here. Graham gets ready, and Jay will stand at the 20.
Here comes UMS-Wright trying to block this thing.
Lots of pressure, and Graham just one step and gets again. He's got a high football IQ. You see it at quarterback. You see it at punter. He's like, I'm not trying to do anything fancy here. I just want to get this kickoff. Don't get it blocked and don't.
I agree 100%. I'm looking at his numbers, and they don't jump out. He's 9 of 13 for 65 yards, along with 14. But he distributes the ball to this entire team.
Doesn't put it in harm's way.
Yeah, right. I mean.
So UMS will get it back. Pinned up deep here as we approach 4 minutes gone by in the fourth. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan. Joe Lott and crew out there for the Bulldogs, and Jay brought down quickly by Brandon Purifoy. Tell me if you've heard us mention his name tonight, or any game we've done for Vigor over the last 4 years.
Well, here's the thing, too. We missed him on a few. I mean, we haven't said there's Purifoy again. Every time it was Purifoy again.
Yeah. Two-time All-State.
Make it 3.
Montgomery can write that one down. They don't write down everything you say, but they can write that one down, right?
If they wish, yeah.
They haven't, it's not like we've had a hotline up there or a suggestion box that they've taken a lot of.
Oh, it's only been one suggestion over and over.
It still hasn't. That suggestion is just let us do the playoff games live on TV. That's the suggestion. That's what I've been asking for forever. New administration, still can't.
They'd like to know Charlie's in St. Petersburg, but the Kremlin won't listen. So there is no. They're all shutting down around here.
I was thinking about what?
Give Russia one.
I was thinking, why does St. Petersburg, Florida, not have a restaurant like that? But you were talking about not the St. Pete where the snowbirds head.
Well,
we're now talking geographical references late in the fourth quarter, which does not bode well for Jim or Dan.
No.
3rd and 6. Lott, dropping the shoulder. Jai Lang. I said Joe Lott might not have trouble sleeping. Might have trouble getting comfy.
Yeah.
He's taking some big licks tonight from this.
2 in particular.
Yeah,
right?
this Vigor defense for sure. And Will Taylor on here to punt. Taylor, kind of an ugly punt that'll roll out to the 40s. Vigor was really didn't even send anyone back. They were just happy. I think everybody will be happy to have the clock just keep running here tonight. Again, both these teams off next week.
Well, UMS will welcome that. It's been a very physical game.
Now we'll see. Drayden Jones coming in at quarterback. 6'3", big, tall, lanky QB. Trying to go back and let's see, when was the last time UMS lost by 22 points? It's gotta have been a while. Vigor continues to pound it.
UMS continues to play with pride.
Lost by 21 to Faith in the 2020 season.
Huh.
And our friends at UMS probably not exactly wanting me to continue to try to go back deep in the annals to find when the last time that.
It is historical, though.
That has, yeah.
I mean,
it just doesn't happen.
No, the level of excellence of UMS-Wright football is locally unparalleled over certainly the Terry Curtis era. Vigor doing the classy thing, just running it straight at him.
To about the 24-yard line and seeing some new numbers out there on defense as well. Demetrius Johnson in there as Vigor school colors here. I mean, what else were they going to be, right? I mean, of course, they're going to be the great green here for the Vigor Wolves. Brought to you by the United States Coast Guard, our school colors cam.
And you can imagine how much respect Marcus Cook has for Terry Curtis. I don't know why the clock's not running.
I was wondering the same.
There we go.
Same thing. Give up to the 30. Second down.
So they both got the week off. This score is going to get a lot of attention on the way home, huh?
Yeah, last time UMS lost 33-0 against Leeds back in 2015 in the third round of the playoffs.
Game, yeah.
The biggest margin of defeat, I believe, since then with my quick research here.
Terry Curtis has won more games than anybody in the state of Alabama.
Ever. Yeah. And he'll have some good things to say about this Vigor team after the game tonight. You know, that'll be the case. Not much there on the left side. Johnson continues on, bring up third down and about 6. So next week we're back across the bay. Spanish Fort and Daphne, non-region game, but excuse me, big rivalry game.
Yep. Get a look at that quarterback again for Daphne.
He's only put up 6 points here tonight thus far at a game against Baker. Let's see if we can get an update on that as we're inside 3 minutes here, and up the middle, another first down for the Wolves inside the 19-yard line as Demetrius Johnson continues, just another freshman. Citronelle 27-10 over Faith. Still 3-2 Theodore over Spanish Fort.
I think we're all getting the memo now that in 5A, Citronelle is a really solid team.
Fourth quarter, 26-12. Baker on top of Daphne. Both teams unbeaten in region play. 35-10 Davidson. What a win for Coach Rick Colley and that crew. Baldwin County beats Blunt 20-13. And first and 10 here. Vigor runs the play clock all the way down. And now another, it's going to be real close first down in the Dr. Pepper red zone. Just short of the first down. If they had gotten the first down there, they could have just
taken a knee
to wind this one down and continue to use all of the play clock on 2nd and 1. Washington stays in there alongside Drayton Jones. Back to Washington, and it's going to be close as we approach a minute to go here. And if they don't get it, they can just let this one run all the way down, and then that'll do it. They won't have to snap again. And the Vigor band knows what's going on, so they can play clock down to 10. They could just take a knee right here and have to hurry to get the play clock off, and they have to take a timeout. They're hoping they could have just snapped it, and they would have been 4th down, but they wouldn't have had to snap it again. But they couldn't. They ran off too much of the play clock there. So I want to thank more of our great partners here. Greer's been a long-time supporter of all things Mobile, of course, here on Friday nights with us on Friday Night Rivals. Thanks to Greer's. Love their new spot downtown Mobile on St. Louis Street. Also, I want to thank the U.S. Army being a part of our broadcast tonight here on Friday Night Rivals. And also, the United States Coast Guard back with us here on Friday nights. And thanks to all of our great partners who make these broadcasts possible every Friday night here on UTV 44, and folks watching online as well. And now that will do it. They will not have to snap it again. Vigor going to stay perfect on the year, 5-0, and now 4-0 on the year in region play. Impressive win here tonight for the Vigor Wolves at home. Knock off the UMS-Wright Bulldogs here in region play, and Coach Curtis and Coach Cook here meet at midfield, and two generations of coaches there. All-time winningest coach and a coach on the rise. As are the Wolves. Vigor wins at 31-9. We're back with Dan Brennan on the field after this. See the final score there. Vigor impressive tonight. They lead it early on and carry out the lead in the second half. Win it 31-9. Dan Brennan's with the victorious head coach, Marcus Cook.
Coach Marcus Cook, you know everything, like the games upcoming on UTV 44. Talk about what you saw out of your team today, especially that second half where you closed it out.
We got to finish. We had a funeral today, and I told the people at the funeral we were going to put on the show tonight for Brian Williams, and that's what we did. It was about him. That's why these kids came out so inspired.
You know, when you have a death like that, you can be inspired, but you can also be distracted. But I didn't see that in them tonight.
Focus. Focus. When you love somebody, you play hard for them, and that's what them boys went out and did tonight.
Quite a performance. We've got Nazareth with Dr. Pepper. You know what she's got for you?
Congrats, Coach.
Good to see you again.
So good to see you. On behalf of Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper, congratulations.
The championship belt, and we will see you soon. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Coach Cook and the Vigor Wolves victorious tonight. Our player of the game. What a night for Carlos Benjamin. 3 touchdowns. This is the first touch of the night. First play from scrimmage. He goes 80 yards. He ends up with 220 yards rushing. That one was from 80. This is a short one, and he had one from 57 in there as well. And boom, Carlos Benjamin. He was averaging 9.84 yards a carry. That'll jump up after the win here tonight. 3 touchdowns, 228 yards for our Dr. Pepper player of the game, Carlos Benjamin. So what a night here tonight for the Vigor Wolves. Want to thank some more of our great partners here on Friday Night Rivals, including Roof Doctors. Got a sick roof? Call the doctor, a proud supporter of student athletes of Friday Night Rivals. Also want to thank Fast Signs, transforming your place at our place. Let Fast Times help you make a statement, and maybe they could make a banner for our friends at Herc Reynolds, the eye in the sky. We got a little peek there at the scaffolding. Got a great look in the end zone. Herc Reynolds is proud and long-time supporter of Friday Night Rivals. Right up there, great view looking down from the south end zone here at Wolfpack Stadium. So impressive victory here tonight for Vigor. They remain unbeaten on the year. 5-0. UMS drops down to 2-3, 1-2 in region play. Vigor now 5-0 and 4-0 in the region. With their big victory here at home tonight, 31-9, our first time able to come on to the new on-campus stadium of Wolfpack Stadium here at Vigor High School. Again, thanks to all of our great sponsors: Dr. Pepper, United States Coast Guard, Mobile County Sheriff's Office, Greer's, Andy Citron Injury Attorneys, Roof Doctors, IBEW, Local 505, AM&S Calvert, Fast Size, the United States Army, and promotional considerations provided by Herc Reynolds, where tonight from Prichard, Vigor gets the big win over UMS 31-9. They stay perfect on the year. They get the championship belt, and more importantly, stay on top of the region standings. And special night here tonight. James P. Ryan liking what he saw from Carlos Benjamin and the rest of the Wolves as they win it 31-9 over UMS. From Vigor, Jim Cox saying good night from UTV 44.